Welcome to Frequency Matters, the RF and Microwave Update series. I'm Pat Hindle. I'm here with my guest, co-host Fred Schindler. Fred and I go way back into the late 80s. We both worked at the research division at Raytheon. You designed the mimics, gas mimics, and I made them or helped make them. And you were most recently the director of the Corvo Design Center in the Boston area, but now you're an independent consultant. So in this episode, we're going to take a look at the June Semiconductor and IC themed issue. The cover story is very interesting, written by Ottava, and takes a look at the impact and capabilities of a new family of SOI-based tunable filter ICs and the impact of the RF design of the phased arrays that go with that. And these offer really advancements in tunability, size, high linearity, and broad bandwidths. And Ottava is enabling some of the broadest bandwidth commercial phased arrays we've seen. So it'll be interesting to see how those work out.
Yeah.
So what did you see in the issue that caught your eye?
So there was some interesting GaN stuff. One of them was GaN RF switches take the complexity out of high-power radio design. That was by Tagore Technology. And the other one was the pitfalls of GaN testing by our friends at Roost Instruments. You know, it's interesting to see the GaN switch technology. You know, the technology that's always had a lot of potential, and it's great to see it kind of coming to the fore now.
Yeah, I've always been looking at that, you know, for many years and expecting it to have taken off by now.
Yeah.
So we had some interesting products too. We had a product feature from Menlo Micro. It's an 18 gigahertz SP4T MEMS switch. And what's unique about it is it has the driver built in, and that really simplifies the design since it's pretty high voltage that you need to drive these MEMS switches. And we had a couple of tech briefs. One was an input protected LNA from Pasternak, and the other was broadband chip attenuators with high power to size ratio, and they're made by Smiths but distributed by RFMW. And we also had a couple of special guests join us for this episode. We had experts from mini circuits in the LTCC market. Both Randy Cochran and Aaron Wiesman joined us to discuss the LTCC market. So let's take a look at a clip from that now. So Aaron, how are these advancements you're describing coming to bear in terms of the actual devices that you're bringing to the market?
Well, that's a great question, Pat. Thanks. This all comes down to being able to offer novel filters as surface mount devices with tiny case styles for production-friendly costs. That's all what it is. So, for instance, the availability of such material systems and simulation models and process improvements, as I mentioned previously, naturally open the door for the implementation of novel topologies, and these were intended to deliver required performance at millimeter wave frequencies. Actually, we deployed to the market the first commercially available substrate integrated waveguide filter, SIW, and our low pass and high pass and even bandpass millimeter wave components, which all employ novel distributed filter topologies. We've also released a new subline of LTCC filters, which features more than 100 dB stop and rejections in isolation, as I was previously mentioning. And this is really a mini circuit's proprietary technology that it is unique in the market. Various already released VFX filters display this feature, for instance.
So you can find that complete interview online at videos.microwavejournal.com. So turning to the news, I saw that MediaTek is now in the 5G millimeter wave smartphone market. They just released an SoC that has both the FR1 and FR2 coverage for 5G. It's very capable. It has 3-component carrier aggregation for the sub-6 gigahertz frequencies and 4-component carrier aggregation for millimeter wave. So it'll be interesting to see how they compete with Qualcomm and some of the others. Yeah. And then Ericsson had 2 big announcements. One, they'll be working with British Telecom to deploy 5G private networks. So 5G private networks are expected to be a fast-growing market, so they're getting a jump on it in the UK with British Telecom. And then they also announced with US Cellular that they'll be deploying their C-band 5G network, and that's expected to be available at the end of next year. So a lot going on in the news. You're very active in the IEEE. Can you maybe tell us what you're doing in that area?
Yeah, so I've been active in the MTT Society for a long, long time. So I was president years and years ago, and I'm still on the AdCom. And then at the IEEE level, I serve on the board, so I'm the director of Division 4. Division 4 is a combination of 9 societies and councils, includes MTT and AP and EMC and RFID. So that's pretty neat. I'm the past chair of the IEEE Conference Committee, and I still chair some of their committees. and I'm actually running for the Vice President of Technical Activities.
So speaking of the IEEE, the MTTS IMS is coming up in Denver, June 19th through the 24th. I know you ran the 2009 Boston event. You were the general chair.
Right.
You know, what is it like running such a big event like that, and what are you really looking forward to in Denver?
It's a big undertaking, and to succeed, you have to have a really strong team. You were on the steering committee back then, so I'm sure you remember all the different work we did. Ron Ginley this year, he's got a strong team too. So, I think they're going to pull off a really exciting event. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, we're already taking a look at registration, and it seems pretty strong, so I think it's going to be a good event this year, back into the swing of things.
Yeah, I've heard about some other IEEE conferences over the last few weeks, and, really good attendance and strong exhibitions, so IMS ought to be great.
Well, thank you so much for joining me today, Fred. I'd like to thank our sponsors. RFMW is a pure-play technical distributor of RF and microwave products. And note that they just bought Spantech, so now they have extended coverage in both Portugal and Spain. And our other sponsor is Mini Circuits. They are a global designer, distributor, and manufacturer of RF and microwave products and components and subassemblies. They have over 10,000 active models. You can subscribe to Microwave Journal for free at microwavejournal.com. Thanks for joining us, and see you next time on Frequency Matters.